Hi guys, my name is Wayne and this is a guide to surviving life as we know it. So today I wanted to talk about an issue which I think is extremely important, but I don't think anyone really talks about, which is how to know when to ask for help. And this again was suggested by one of my friends and I really loved the idea, so thank you so much for suggesting it. So knowing when to ask for help, it's a really tricky subject because there is no, criteria per se where you can go, yes I need help and yes I don't. I know this is the problem I've faced before because I, by nature, am sometimes very stubborn. I don't want to ask people for help. I think I can solve problems myself when I really can't. So hopefully I'll be able to help you guys out and let you know ways in which you can figure out if you have to ask for help or not. And if this is something you have dealt with before or are dealing with now, please, I'd love it if you could stay and watch and give me some feedback even, or let me know what you've done, and I hope you enjoy the video. So whenever I'm in a tricky situation, I like to think of strategies in my head which I can use to solve the problem. For example, I'm currently in my final year of school, so if I'm ever overloaded with work, I like to think of study plans in my head. For example, Monday night, I might do my physics assignment. Tuesday night, I might start studying for a test. Wednesday night, I might do maths, for example. And while this doesn't always work, it helps because I know that I can get out of it. There is a way to do it. While it is largely imagination because I don't know what's going to happen in the future, it is at least something I can work towards to try and get out of the problem, because the worst thing you can do when you're in a tricky situation is to do nothing and just stay there. Even if it seems like what you're doing is pointless, as long as you're trying to improve your situation, that's something, and then you're getting away from what you're currently in. Now, like I said before, it doesn't always work. Very often my plans fall to pieces, but that's when you're faced with a decision. Do you try and make a new plan, or do you ask for help? If you can't think of a new plan, then definitely go ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask your parents, your teachers, your siblings if you have some that could help, because a big part of knowing when to ask for help is also knowing who to ask for help, and I'll get onto that a bit later. But then the other option is try to formulate a new plan. So say for example Monday night I was supposed to do my physics assignment, but all of a sudden I'm going out to dinner with my family for some celebration which I didn't see coming. So I have to now reformulate things, and if I can work it out so I can still get everything done, then I can try this new strategy. If things, however, still don't work out, then I probably should ask for help. So you can try formulating multiple strategies and multiple scenarios, I guess you could say, but in the end, you can't stick with the sinking ship, because you can't just keep making new strategies in the hope that one of them will work, because at some point you have to realize that you should just ask someone for help, because trust me, there are lots of people who want to help you. And while sometimes you should try and solve things yourself, especially because very often they better you because you've gained new experience, you've learned to work harder, for example, but other times you really have no other option. You have to ask for help. And like I said before, don't be ashamed to do that, because there are lots of people who want to help you. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you can't think of any way you can get out of your situation, it doesn't have to be for schoolwork, it can be for anything. If you can't think of any way to improve things, then it's probably a good sign that you need to ask for help, because very quickly things can spiral out of control, and there's always a way to get out of things, trust me, but the longer you wait, the harder it is. So while you think, oh no, I really don't want to ask that person, and then you leave it for 5 weeks and all of a sudden it's much bigger than you ever thought it could be, and then you ask for people, it's going to be a much harder slog to the top. But even if that has happened, still it's better at the top than it is at the bottom. So just try it. You have to have the will for things to get better, and you just need to try your best, because that's all we can do. And if you are trying your best and people around you see that, more often than not, they'll help you even more, and they'll do all that they can to help you get better, and before you know it, things will be way better. So now onto who to ask for help. because I think, like I said before, this is just as important as knowing when to ask for help. The people that I normally ask for help for in my life is firstly people who are going through something similar to me. So back onto the topic of school, my classmates, because obviously they're doing the same work as I am mostly. So if, say, I'm struggling with a physics assignment, I can just ask them, look, I'm having a bit of trouble with this, can you help me? And they'll help me out, and in the end maybe I'll help them out in return. It works out much better than me just waiting till Sunday night at 9 o'clock when the assignment is due Monday morning, and just keeping on trying all these new strategies like, oh, if I try this, oh, if I try that. Because trust me, at Sunday night, 9 o'clock, it's too late. You should have done something earlier. And instead, I try to ask them much earlier on, look, I'm having trouble, can you help me? And if you do happen to not ask for help and things do go downhill, it's okay, it happens to everyone. It's a bit of a hard learning curve sometimes, but it's okay. And just treat it as new experience, and just remember next time what you need to do, because a big part of learning is making mistakes. People who don't make mistakes don't learn, because no one is perfect. So make as many mistakes as you can in your life. I don't mean that as in go out and do stupid things. I mean go out and try things, and go out and learn things and do new things, go out of your comfort zone. I mean, don't go like kill tons of people because you're not comfortable with killing people. Don't do that. But like, for example, I think people should really try is learning to play an instrument. So maybe you don't have any musical talent, doesn't matter. Go pick up an instrument and go play it. And I have self-taught myself 2 instruments, and trust me, I made tons of mistakes. Tons and tons of mistakes. But the thing is, you just gotta stick with it, and then eventually your mistakes teach you. Some of the most valuable things I've learned are from mistakes. Obviously at first it was good intentions, I just happened to make a mistake in my intentions. And as long as you're trying to do something good, it doesn't matter if you make mistakes. So other people you can ask for help, especially if you feel like there's no one you can talk to, are organizations such as Kids Helpline or Beyond Blue, or whatever other organizations you have in your country. And these kind of organizations are dedicated to helping you out no matter what situation you're in. So even if you think that whatever you're going through is not significant enough or is really not worth their time, trust me, it is. And they would rather you call than you not calling, because they're there to help. And even if it's just a little bit that they can help, it's enough for them, and hopefully it's enough for you too. Of course, not everything they say you will agree with, or maybe their suggestions don't work out for you, but at least it's something. To use the metaphor I used before of a sinking ship, you're better off getting thrown a leaky lifeboat than sticking with a sinking ship, because at least with the lifeboat you can try to roll away to safety. And in the end, there is always a way out, but you have to try whatever you can. Obviously within reason, you don't want to try things which are going to make it worse, but every time a lifeboat gets thrown your way, you have to try going with it as far as you can. And these people can really do that, especially because a lot of them are really experienced at what they do. They've helped out tons of people, and trust me, you're not the first. And if you think that, oh no, I don't think they'll want to help me with that, there's probably hundreds of kids they've dealt with, if not thousands of kids they've dealt with who have thought that. And so just go and talk to them, go and ask them, and they do know what they're talking about. And please, I ask you all to contact these organizations if you think you need them, and if you really can't find your way out of a situation. So I hope you guys liked the video, and if you have any stories about when you had to decide when to ask for help, please comment them down below, and you never know who you might help out. Also, if you could give the video a thumbs up and subscribe, I would love you for it, because it helps out so much. And also sharing does as well, because right now I'm still starting out, getting off the ground, so if anyone can share the video, I would be so appreciative of that. And yeah, hope you guys have an amazing day, and thanks for watching. Bye!